The crypto market is down. The stock market is down. All the markets are down. What am I doing as a average or small investor? Let's talk about it. Well, here we go again, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is David Hughes Jr. and in this video, I'll be talking about my strategy for investing right now as a small investor. So we're going to be talking about crypto first, and then we'll get into the stock market. So what I will be doing in the crypto market right now, I only have around $200 in the crypto market. So compared to a lot of people, I don't have a lot of money. But you may be thinking to yourself, well, why am I watching this video? You don't have a lot of money in it. So I want to say this. So if you have not made a lot of profit in the crypto space yet, I believe personally that we are not done with what is going on. So if you have not made a lot of gains, I feel like we should hold the line and buy the dip. We should buy the dips at least until around July. Now that is when I plan on making my exit around July. Depending on what is going on, I will make my exit around July, the end of July. As a small investor, a person who is just your normal guy, haven't made any gains yet, so I'm gonna double down on my investment. I'm young, I'm gonna take this risk. So this is a calculated risk that, based upon what the years of the crypto cycle have done in the past, people believe that we'll be done sometime around August. Okay, so if that's the case, I think I'm gonna be a little bit early. I'm gonna pull the trigger around August, take some of my gains out. Okay, not exactly all of them, depending on how things work out, but I believe I'm gonna take out more than, let's say, 50% of my gains by July. Now you may think I'm crazy for that. You may think that is the wrong approach. You should hold the line the entire time. Look. Okay, I can speak for myself. You may do something different, and I can speak for people who do not have a lot of money in crypto. My gains would not look like somebody gains who put in $100,000 or who puts in $5, $6, $7, $8,000. I probably would average around a $2,000 to $5,000 range for what I'm doing. So by that time, I'm hoping that goes around somewhere of a 10x or something like that. Hopefully at least a 5 to 10x. So if I'm looking at a 5 to 10x, I may have around $50,000 in there. So around that time, if possible, I'm hoping to take my money out of it. Who's to say that the market will continue to rise? Who will say that the market will continue to fall? We're just looking at past things in the past, and usually it lines up, right? But these are unprecedented times. The market can be changed right now by Elon Musk tweeting out something that is not necessarily what he meant to say, but then he comes back and clarifies it, and then Bitcoin goes up, but then it still drops again. You just never know what could happen. So I'm taking what we call the super conservative approach when it comes to my big money. Now, that is when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And when it comes to those two, now my smaller takes on my what we call altcoins, ADA, which I feel like, you know, is one of the most popular coins out. You know, I almost feel like I'm disrespecting it calling it an altcoin, but ADA or Cardano, what I will be doing with that is finding somewhere to stake my Cardano for a very, very long period of time, because Cardano is going to be my #1 crypto. That's what I plan on doing. Cardano will be my #1 crypto, with Bitcoin being #2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 down the line, I don't know what those will be. I'm looking very heavily into Harmony. I'm looking very heavily into Ripple. Those are ones that I'm very, very, very interested in, but I digress on that. Like I said, the end of July is when I will be pulling out around 50% of the gains. And then from there, I'll let the gains that I made, the other 50%, kind of go up a little bit, at least for the next month to August. And then we'll reassess the situation depending on, how it's looking. But around 50% roughly of my gains will be out by July. So right now, while the market is down, I plan on buying the dip. I'm buying more. Okay, Cardano is down. I'm loving that. Bitcoin is down. I'm loving that. Ethereum, it's expensive to get into Ethereum right now. But if you're crypto.com, you can get in with the 0% card waiver or whatever. You may be knowledgeable on that. But either way, I'm buying the dips on these different cryptocurrencies that's going on. So I want to know what you guys are doing with your money right now, especially for the small investors like me. I was going to put a lot more money in, but I just got my Nano West, so I did not want to put in a lot of money before I got my Nano West. Man, you just never know what can happen. So that's why I've been kind of nickel and diming and not putting a lot of money in. So now that I got my Ledger Nano S, we're going to be putting more money in too, and it came right on time. Sales are upon us. So now that I talked about crypto, my extra strategy for crypto, 50% out by the end of July, 25%. I didn't put a number on it, but 25% edging out toward the end of August, and then I would leave another 25% into something else. I'm not 100% sure. It will be into crypto though. I'm not 100% sure, but that is my goal, my plan. That's what I'm gonna be doing. That 25%. I gotta do some research and figure out the best way to store crypto inside of a bear market. Not 100% sure on that. I'm researching and learning. So whenever I decide on that, I'll update y'all with a video. But let me know what you think about that extra strategy. Am I pulling the gun too early? What do you think? Or are you thinking to yourself, well, that's you being the more conservative person. Maybe I'll regret this and I'll miss out on being a millionaire this year. I'm not 100% sure. I might change my mind, but right now, that is my extra strategy. Buy these dips, ride it up until the end of July. And I know I'll keep repeating that, but I just want to reiterate that so I can get my point across. But let's talk about stocks. Okay, stock market's down. What will I be doing with those? Okay. There's a couple of stocks that I believe heavily in. Roblox is one if you've been following the channel a long time. Sony is one. Apple is one. AbbVie is one. ABB, IVE or whatever. AbbVie is one. I haven't looked at my stock portfolio in a little minute because I've been focusing on crypto. But I have my money just reallocating to those. So it's doing what it's supposed to do one way or another. Okay. And me personally, what I do in the market, I have at least 65% of my money in index funds, and then I spread the rest of the money out accordingly, depending on how the market is looking. But I have at least 65%. Sometimes that number goes to 75% if the market is getting very, very volatile. If the market is going crazy, I put more money into my index funds and stuff like that. But right now, those are the stocks that I believe heavily in. I'm still holding AMC. How many people are still holding AMC? How many of y'all still holding AMC? That's a good question. I still got AMC. But either way, what I will be doing now that the market looks like it's going down, I'll be buying the dips on the companies that I believe heavily in. And then instead of buying some of these more riskier plays, I'll be putting the rest of my money into index funds, dollar cost averaging my index funds down. So if it's a red day, I put a little bit in. If it's another red day, I put a little bit in. So I usually invest in the stock market monthly because that's kind of how my reoccurring investment goes. Some people like do it every 2 weeks. I get paid every 2 weeks, but I just do it monthly right now. That may change in the future, but that's my strategy in the stock market. I'm kind of transferring most of my money into index funds, and then the companies that I'm just 100% sold on, I'll be putting money into those. But I do have more riskier plays. I have CCIV. Won't be investing any more money into CCIV at the moment. I do have money into other plays like AMC. I won't be investing any money into AMC right now. About a few dips of AMC, but not a lot. For other companies like those that I have in my portfolio that are what I call riskier plays, like Tattoo Chef, even though I believe in Tattoo Chef in the long term, right now I won't be putting a lot of money into Tattoo Chef right now. Only the plays that I believe 100% in, not 75%, not 50%, like I believe in CCIV and Tattoo Chef and AMC. Okay, so that's my plan for that. Reallocate most of my money to my index funds and the stocks that I believe in. So that's my plan. I want to know what you guys think. What are your plans in this crazy of a day in the market? The market was down in the red a lot. The only thing I wish is that I had more money to invest. When you're on a budget like me, when you're just an average guy, you have to make average moves. I'm laughing, but that's the truth. You have to make average moves and accept the moves that you're making. But the difference between the average guy and the below average guy is that the average guy is going to make moves while the below average guy sits and just watches everybody else make moves while he's not moving at all. So just keep that in mind. We all making plays out here. Maybe not plays like, you know, send a millionaire around the corner, but you know, one day that'll be us around the corner, and the average guy be looking at us like, we gotta make moves. So anyways, man, I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully, you know, I gave you some ideas if you're a smaller investor on just kind of an idea of what you want to maybe do, or you can just YOLO it all. That's fine with me. Let me know how it goes. I'll see y'all in the next one.